What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, we'll be showcasing part 2 of the Daenerys or I guess not Daenerys, but the Game of Thrones x Fortnite collaboration. Part 1 we showcased yesterday. If you didn't watch that part, we showcased Jon Snow with his different variants that have the cape on and cape off, and the snow time and day reactivity. We showed off the Night King, we showed off these two back blings right here, and more, so definitely go watch that video if you're curious about it, as well as the Claim the Throne emote right here, which has a little bit of a fun fact of the music playing for 1 minute and 33 seconds. However, this part is going to be focused just on Daenerys and giving you guys a little bit of an update on this emoticon right here, because we now know how it's going to be possible to obtain it. So here's the skin itself. One thing I wanted to mention is that the face actually looks very highly detailed. It is something that I wasn't really expecting from like the Fortnite model. You know, it feels very highly detailed compared to what we usually see from Fortnite characters. Then again, the only time I'm really zooming into faces in Fortnite is when we're actually doing these showcase videos, so you know, it's not something I see too often. We have a cape on style to this actual default version right here. You know, the hair doesn't really change too much or anything, but you get a cape with some physics, as you can see right there as you're like running in the wind, and I just broke the cape. All right, that's cool. We have a Queen Daenerys variant right here as well. The face doesn't really change or anything in this variant, but we do get a ponytail on the back of the skin instead of the hair kind of just like free flowing back there, so you can see like up close what that looks like. The things in the back, these little like tendril things, have little physics applied to them as well. But overall, you know, a few different clean variants to actually get as part of this cosmetic set. So that's just something, you know, that you'll be able to pick up in the item shop tonight. And something I should mention as well is all three of these cosmetics, the Jon Snow cosmetics, the Night King cosmetics, and the Daenerys cosmetics, will be in a bundle together. However, they will also have their own character bundles, quote unquote. Now, the character bundles is just going to be a similar situation to before, where the back bling and the actual skin are bundled together in one purchase, or you could buy the back bling separately to get a little bit of a discount on the skin themselves. And then in cases like Night King, the back bling and the pickaxe should actually be bundled together with the skin. Next up, however, we have to talk about some other things going on. So we do have ourselves the Dragon Glass Blade Pickaxe, which is a part of our set. Description is Frozen Fire. Typically, I'd be able to actually showcase how these swing in game, but I broke that system last night, so this is what you get. You guys just kind of get to see the design, so you don't get to see like the hit particles or anything like that. We have ourselves the Dragon's Eggs back bling right here, which is actually elimination reactive. If you see like a purple like glow flash happen, that's actually from my skin's back and not the back bling, so just kind of keep that in mind. But every elimination you actually get has this cool little effect that kind of goes on. Some slight jiggle physics type things going on the dragon eggs, so you know, some interactivity, as well as like the chest opening and closing at the top there, and then you can see how it looks like on the back of you when you're actually wearing it. And then we have ourselves some more cooler cosmetics. So firstly, we got the Drogon glider right here, and I'm not someone who's really watched Game of Thrones. I don't know if you guys can or can't tell that. You most likely can. But I think this is a really cool glider to actually see like a hyper realistic like dragon in Fortnite that you can glide on top of. Now, it shouldn't be like a handlebars glider, because unless you're holding on by the feet back there, he doesn't got handlebars on his chest. So I assume it's going to be like one of the surfing animation gliders or something like that. It has some pretty cool animation going on with it as well, but I'll go ahead and redeploy it so you can see kind of like that spawn in animation again. And yeah, pretty cool to see a collaboration glider happen, especially since we don't really get collaboration, or I guess we don't get gliders in general that often anymore. We got the Mother of Dragons emote that is not traversal, it's not looped, or it's not a dance emote so other people can't join in or anything. This one definitely is probably something that makes more sense to someone who's actually seen Game of Thrones. You know, you have a three-headed dragon hydra thing, you got a lot of fire and everything. Maybe those three different like dragon eggs merged together into that one creature, or maybe it's like a cult symbol or something like that, who really knows. Still a cool little emote to see them put some effort into. Now, with all of that said, there is one more thing to talk about. We talked about the House Stark emoticon in yesterday's video, but we said we didn't know how you'd be able to obtain it. We now know how to, and because of the official Fortnite competitive Twitter account that it actually told us, and it's a very interesting thing to see. So if you want to unlock the House Stark emoticon, you do have to play the competitive cups. However, it's a little bit different than you might be thinking, because as we already mentioned in yesterday's video, this spray right here is for getting 8 points in those competitive cups. However, when it comes to this emoticon, they state the following. Fun little thing we should mention: more pickaxe eliminations equals a House Stark emoticon. When you're choosing between the Jon Snow or Night King cup, you're choosing a side. The cup with the most pickaxe eliminations across all regions combined wins, and the players get the emoticon. Now, I'm interested to see how this is going to work, because we're able to, you know, go ahead and pick between the Jon Snow tournament or the actual Night King tournament, which takes place at the same time, and whichever tournament you participated in that has a global amount more of pickaxe eliminations, you get this emoticon. But then again, couldn't you just do the 2 tournaments? Like, I know they take place at the same time, but there's multiple regions, so technically you could region hop to do one in one region and another in a different region, but also you could do just like a match or 2 and then go into the other tournament and do a match or 2 in that one and be done, because unless you're trying to be in like the top 200 for the actual skin, you just need 8 points for that spray. So it's a little bit interesting to see that going on, and a little bit of a new challenge going on for a Game of Thrones tournament. But let me know in the comments down below what you think about it. Now, of course, all of these cosmetics released tonight. I think I already mentioned that, or I might have mentioned that in the failed recording. And if you plan on picking up anything, use code FireMonkey support me, #ad, epic partner, all that good stuff. But until next time, I'll catch you champs and champettes a little bit later with another upload. So peace out.